My name is Rebecca Strain and I'm an ArtLink studio holder, and also since 2017 I've been running Amach Anseo community garden at the Pot and Shed. So Born&Bread grew out of the gathering, which was an event that we had last year, and so we wanted to build on that. So Born&Bread specifically looks at bread being a universal food, but also having an infinite number of combinations and processes, making it completely different from one place to the next. We're based like on the Wild Atlantic Way, and Donegal, the population is generally quite rural, quite isolated. There are like 3 main towns, but other than that, most of the people here live in quite isolated situations. And I really feel that the value of having events like this is an opportunity for people to come together, meet their neighbours, catch up with friends, meet new people, and just come together and share some time with each other. And you never know who you're going to meet or how that's going to develop. It's about developing sustainable communities, and I think it's really important.
So, my name is Gerard Moyne. I live in Cairndonagh. My grandmother and my father came here to Ireland from the United States in 1954, and my grandmother, for want of a better word, was apprehensive about coming here, so she asked someone, "What is Ireland like?" And the lady said, "Ireland is the most beautiful country in the world, and they have the most fabulous food until they cook it." So I'm not a trained chef or a trained cook, but I think anyone can become whatever they wish to be. To that end, for quite a few years I've been making jams and chutneys and using the resources that are around me in the countryside, such as blackberries and apples, and even in recent years I've been taking the berries off trees such as the mountain ash, rowanberry, and making jellies out of it. Something different, having a conversation, because there's nothing nicer than sitting down with someone in an afternoon and talking over a cup of tea. The Born&Bread was astounding in many ways. I went along. My impressions was it was a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but that's good. Sometimes it doesn't need to be a sterile environment or you know, where everything is prim and proper in good ovens, and it gives people the impression or a story that they walk away with. Do you know, I can bake a bread anywhere. All I need's a fire, and all I need's a hot plate or a pot, and I can bake my own bread. And people walked away with, I suppose, a little bit more knowledge than they came with. So yeah, so that's Born&Bread. I thought we need to do more of these things, absolutely, and start engaging in conversations with kids. Yeah, it's a story. You're a storyteller, and that's when, like, I find when I bring people even into my own home to teach them how to bake bread or make jam or whatever it is, it's nothing about the act and everything about the story. Because they learn a lot about themselves as well, and then they go and now they're making something that they're sharing with somebody else, and the story goes on and on. It perpetuates itself, you know, so yeah.
My name is Iyad Mashal, known as Ed in the community. Where I come from, bread is used 90% of the time during meals. We don't really use the fork and a spoon as much as we use bread. So bread is a main component of our everyday eating. I personally don't make food or cook. When I was approached, I was happy to attend, but then the idea came that I should maybe bring someone that knows how to make bread, someone who knows how to bake. I knew just the right person for that job. I have a good friend of mine. I worked with him in resettling him into the community here in Letterkenny. He's a Syrian gentleman and his family. His name is Bilal. and his wife's called Nadine. And they have lovely children. They all attended that event, and I believe they were the stars of the show. Because no one talked to me, everyone talked to them all the time. Well, children, they sort of have a great impact on people getting to meet each other, because you see it anywhere you go in the playgrounds. The children are the quickest to start playing with each other, regardless. They don't know where this kid is from. They don't know if he speaks my language or not. All they know is that they're all the same, and they just want to have the same thing, which is have fun and enjoy. The other thing that made the experience unique, I believe, was that at first there was a couple of professional-looking people making their own bread, because they brought their things with them and they had prepared at home for maybe a couple of days. But an hour into that, everyone was invited, everyone was welcome to try and do it themselves. So we had teenagers, and there's the children making it, and I personally made some. I think the children did a much better job than me, but we all had a chance to try. And again, the stone oven that was created there is something that I never thought that I would see in this lifetime. It's amazing. It's very easy to make, I think, but the effort that was put to make it and have it ready there for us when we came I think, was incredible. It just added a whole new flavor to the bread making experience. Part of my job, what I do for a living is, and this is my title, it's an intercultural support worker. Pretty much, I'm trying to introduce the Middle Eastern culture to the existing Irish communities. And by saying that, it's a broad spectrum of what you can do, what you can provide to close the gap between both the cultures. I found that the easiest way to do that is by creating events that revolve around food. So before the Born&Bread event, we've had 4 or 5 different events where we've invited a lot of the community members to taste the Syrian food. Every time we had any of these events, the outcome was very, very positive. And as the DLDC, we have families that we support all the way from Donegal town to Carandona. So I had to meet and make connections with different communities spread all over County Donegal, which is, I believe, the biggest county. Everyone so far that I've approached to help us integrate the families, the Syrian families that have been recently resettled in County Donegal, they've all been very positive. They've all always came out and done incredible things to help us and personally help me and the people that I am supporting, to make them feel at home, to make them feel welcome. And I think so far our experience, me, myself as an intercultural support worker for the Syrian refugee families and the Syrian families, I think it's been nothing but incredible from the Irish community in Donegal.